Well, hello there. I hope you are enjoying a fantastic day. I'm Drew Badger, the world's first and #1 English fluency guide. And in this video, I'm going to answer a question I receive, well, a lot, but I asked some people on Facebook recently for some questions. And this was one that I received both from MC and from Barbara. And this is, how do I use words in the right order in English sentences? And now I know this is a tricky problem because most people, again, you're learning things the traditional way. And really what happens is you're learning things through translations, and then basically you're adding another step when you have to speak. So let's say I'm trying to learn Japanese, but I'm learning it through English. I would think a sentence in English in my head, and then I would translate, try to change the order of things around in Japanese, in my head, and then try to speak. And hopefully I said it correctly. But what we want you to do is actually to just use all of these things in the right order, the right way, automatically and spontaneously. So you need to develop the habit. This is a word you hear me use a lot on this channel. In all of my videos, I talk about developing the habits of a native speaker. So let's talk about how you develop the habit of using things in the right way. Now, specifically for using the right order, what you have to stop doing is learning things through your native language. So if you're watching videos or learning with lessons or reading things that are teaching you, like using French or Spanish or Portuguese or Italian, whatever, to learn English, you need to stop using that, because all it's doing is helping you learn information, but forcing you to translate in your head before you speak. All of these ways, like if you just want to pass a test, you don't care about actually speaking, then you probably shouldn't be watching my videos anyway. I'm all about speaking confidence and fluency, but really you can use these lessons if you just want to pass a test. That's perfectly fine. But when you have a test, remember that you can read a question, try to take time, translate into your head, and then write the answer down or choose the correct answer. But in a conversation, you have to respond, and you have to speak confidently with people. You have to respond spontaneously. When someone says something to you, you don't want to wait, a couple seconds or even think of something great to say, like after the conversation is finished. And maybe you've had that experience before when you're in a conversation, somebody says something to you, and you think, I don't quite know how to say it. And then maybe half an hour later, you think, I had a great thing to say, but now the conversation is finished and I can't do anything. It's like thinking of a great joke 10 minutes too late, and really it doesn't help you out. So here's how we do this. There are basically 2 steps to doing this, and it really just involves practice and developing, again, the habit. The habit. It's all about habit. It's not about information. It's about habits. So the habit here we want to focus on is, how do you use words in the right order, especially if you're going from a language that maybe has things in the opposite way, like Spanish and English are different, but maybe Japanese and English are similar because the adjective comes before the noun, just as an example. But what I want you to do is begin with the first step, which is moving always from simple to complex. So from a basic thing to a more difficult one, from a short thing to a long one. And then at every step that you're increasing, you should be practicing variation so you can get maybe a better sense of how to use things automatically. So the first thing, let's say we're going to use a sentence, Let's just build a sentence together. So we're going to build a sentence with car. So that's the thing we're talking about. That's the subject of the sentence. So I can just say the word car. That's all I'm going to say. And I just want to say it like loud and proud: car, 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 car. And I'm just practicing saying that. Don't worry, we'll get to longer sentences, but you want to first, if you can't even say one word confidently, it doesn't matter about learning all these other things or trying to say more difficult sentences. So remember, the first thing, you're just saying car, car, car. Now maybe I'm going to add some variation into that. I'm going to just say a different word, like banana, 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 banana. And I'm trying to say it in different ways, like banana. Like I'm like thinking deeply, like banana, banana. Or I'm scared, like banana. You're practicing with the same word, but you're just getting used to saying these things. And this is what gets you fluent. This is what helps you play with the language and get more confident about using the language. So we begin with our first word, car. We're going to go back to it. And now we have to think, like, what kind of car are we talking about? We're talking about a car, the car, depending on if it's just like any car. We have a specific car in mind. So maybe in my mind, I'm thinking about a specific car, like the car. And maybe I could do this with other words. I'm going to use a little bit of variation. I could say a car, or the car, or the banana, or the tree, the mouse, the dog, the bird, the chair, the blackboard, the clock, anything like this. Again, I'm taking this once I understand I'm talking about a specific thing like, the temperature, the clock, the room, the environment, whatever else it is you want to use. But you're adding just one more thing, but practicing with a little bit of that variation. So always you're growing from a little bit more simple to a little bit more complex, but then taking time at each level that you improve to add a little bit of variation. So now let's continue. So we've got the car, and let's make it a bit more complicated. The car I saw. The car I saw. So we're talking about this thing and then the relationship it has with you. So the car I saw. The car I saw. Maybe I can add some variation to this, like the car he saw. The car she saw, if I'm talking about somebody else. Or I could say the banana I saw. It's important when you're introducing variation into sentences, just so you get used to using them, that you just change one word. So the car I saw, or the banana I saw, or the banana he saw. So I'm just making one simple change in these sentences and practicing using them in the right order. And you can find sentences that just show the sentence structure of something for anything. The important point is not just to know it, it's to actually practice it, so you use it automatically. So let's continue. So we got car, the car I saw. Now, where did I see the car? We're going to think, where did I see it? The car I saw on the street. The car I saw on the street. Now, we have an idea of on the street. That's a specific location. We have the relationship. It's like a car and myself. So the car I saw on the street. The car I saw on the street. Now we could say, well, I could put some variation, like the car I saw in the garage, the car I saw on the bridge, the car I saw under the water, whatever. We're just changing the sentence around so we get practice using it. And you can just do this. You can talk to yourself, talk to a mirror, talk to your friends and say, hey, let me just maybe tell you a few things. You can even just try typing this if you don't have anybody right near you to practice speaking with. And you can do that. Actually, you should be doing that right in the comments below this video. You should go down and type some different things like the same way that, pick your own sentence, create your own thing, write some variations about it. So far, we've got the car I saw on the street. Now, what's like the conclusion of this sentence? Why is this information important? The car I saw on the street was red. So that's the whole sentence we're going to use. The car I saw on the street was red. So I'm just saying, I saw a red car. Now you can make a simple thing like this, but again, this is just showing you how you can make things a bit more interesting and detailed, but it's all just pieces of information that you put in the sentence. But again, the only way to actually use these things confidently and maybe just actually fluently in the conversation is, number one, you have to practice using it and you have to go from simple to complex. And then number two, you're introducing some variation in these as you practice. So the car I saw on the street was red. The car I saw on the street was blue. The car I saw on the street was a crazy mixture of different colors. So I can make it even longer and more interesting. And I'll do this in Japanese as well. I'll just think of a sentence and how can I manipulate that sentence in a particular way? But this is what you do if you want to use things in the right order. It's not about learning the right order. It's about practicing the right order. So don't go out and try to learn a whole bunch of new things until you can focus at each step. And then you can know exactly what level you're struggling at, because, okay, I can say the car, but I can't say the car I saw. So wherever you're struggling with, that's the exact point where you have to make progress. And this is how you can improve by yourself. This is exactly what I did in Japanese without having a specific teacher to say, oh, you shouldn't do that. I just look at examples in textbooks or whatever and just say, I'm not studying the textbook way. I'm just getting examples of correct speech. And then I would say, oh, okay, the banana is blue. Then, okay, maybe the banana is red. So now I can make a different sentence like that. So this is exactly how you practice to get the correct word order in sentences. And if you want to become a confident, fluent speaker, this is how you do it. So this is just one specific problem, and this is, again, how you do it, how you solve that. And if you'd like to learn even more about that, all of the things we help learners with, all of the different habits that people need to develop, these are all things that we help people with our fluency quiz. So if you want to take our quiz, and it will tell you exactly what you specifically need to focus on, whether it's grammar or pronunciation, or you need to learn more vocabulary, all of these little things, we teach you exactly how to do it. And it all works perfectly because, again, it's the exact same way native speakers learn. Anyway, I don't want to talk too much, but what I would like you to do is in the comment section below this, try writing in a similar kind of thing. Come up with your own sentences. It can be similar structure to what I have, or you can do it about something else. But just take a sentence and write down kind of the pieces of it in order that you would learn in these different things, along with some variation. So that's the thing I'd like you to do. That'll be your homework, and whether you can use it when you're practicing with someone, or if you're just writing it down in the comments below, the more you practice, the faster you get fluent. It's that simple. Have a fantastic day. Do click on the link below, or in the link in the description, or on the link, I should say, in the description below this video to take our free English fluency quiz and learn exactly how to improve everything you need to do so that you can start speaking fluent English confidently. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and I wish you a fantastic day. Bye-bye.